Hello from Portland. This is a response to a question my brother raised in his last video. He's involved with the program doing outreach in schools, and they were talking about how much detail you should go into about gay relationships with kids. He asked me as a parent for my opinion about that, and I have a couple of thoughts. One thing I find sort of puzzling is that a lot of people assume if you talk about the existence of gay people or you talk about two gay people getting married, you then are committed to discussing every intimate detail, which is not how we treat any other subject. People can talk about their relationships, their dates, their weddings, and no one feels like that's an invitation to delve into their sex lives. And they shouldn't feel that way about gay couples either. When I was in kindergarten, my teacher announced that she was getting married, which was really good news, and she talked about it. No one felt like they could interrogate her about the wedding night. She didn't feel like she had to explain what she and her husband were going to do. It didn't come up. Even if you're just talking about run-of-the-mill straight relationships, a lot of people find it very awkward to talk to their kids or to any kids about sex. Some of the reticence about talking about any kind of sex with kids has nothing to do with people being gay or straight or anything. It's just people are embarrassed to talk about sex with kids, and I don't think they should be. Especially parents ought to be willing to talk to their kids honestly and appropriately about sex, that it's an important part of life, that it's something that can add a lot to your life, but it also has risks, it also has obligations, it's something you have to have a lot of maturity to deal with. I mean, you can have these conversations with kids, and it's good to have these conversations with kids. And I think in some ways that's easier for our family because we're somewhat different from other families that he knows, so that sort of puts the subject on the table in a way that it's not in a family that's more traditional. So we've always had to find ways to talk about our family, and part of that is sex, because he has two dads. That's different from most of his friends. That requires some discussion, and we've always discussed it. One of my favorite moments as a parent was when I was driving Carter and one of his friends somewhere, and they were just talking in the back seat. He was talking about one of my friends, who's a woman, and he said, "But she's just a friend because my dad's gay." And his friend said, "Your dad's gay?" And Carter said, "Well, both of them are." Adults get more confused about this than kids do. It is not at all difficult if you're reading a story about a prince marrying a princess, and then the next story is about two princes getting married. That's really not that confusing. It's different, it's unusual, but it's not confusing. You've just told them a story where a princess marries a frog who turns into a prince. How hard can two princes really be? Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.